Welcome in, everyone. I'm Karlie Smith with our CAA Women's Basketball Insider, Monika Moore, for our very first conversation of the season. Monika, this is fun. We get to talk about basketball. I mean, you have such a busy offseason. You have 3 kids. Everybody's in sports. But how's life been? What has it been like leading up to this moment for you? Would love to hear.
Well, you said it, lots of quality time with the family, with the kids, but also lots of quality time watching basketball. The non-conference season has been tremendous, but Karlie, we said it a lot last year. Let's go ahead and just start saying it now. The best is yet to come. I cannot wait for conference play to get started and just to see how these teams gel, how they evolve. As we know, anything can happen. It's going to be a great season.
And I said off season, and I meant to put parentheses there because I just know that you really are constantly on the go. So thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to talk ball because you look at the non-conference schedule, how exciting it kind of built up now this conference slate in CAA women's basketball. We have 2 teams entering this week in the College Insider Mid-Major Top 25. Let's take a look first at Stony Brook. They were unranked to begin the year, but have jumped into the top 10. Plus, the Seawolves boast a top 100 net ranking, and they're riding a 5-game winning streak heading into conference play. Gigi Gonzalez, she's reached double figures in every single game this year for the Seawolves. We'll talk more about her later, but what makes Ashley Langford's squad so exciting to watch?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that they have so many people contributing in massive ways. 10-1 on the season so far. In 7 of those games, they have scored 80 or more points. That's not just one player. That's lots of different players carrying the offensive load. I love what we're seeing out of the transfer, Kari Clark. Big reason she is our CAA reigning player of the week because she has been outstanding, averaging 15.5 points per game. But she's not just an offensive player. She hits the glass, she plays defense. She was such a great addition to what Ashley Langford had coming back. And you mentioned Gigi Gonzalez. We have loved watching her play for quite some time. She's also averaging 15.5 points per game. But what is so great about her game is she facilitates for herself. She also facilitates for others. 5.5 assists per game. She really helps get the offense going. And then you have to have a player like Victoria Keenan. Victoria Keenan is another transfer into this Stony Brook program. She comes off the bench, plays about 18 minutes, but contributes a solid 7.5 points per game. That experience that she brings is really important for Stony Brook. Now, I talked about that record, 10-1. You can't do much better than that. But it's not like they haven't faced adversity. They are resilient. Against Iona, down by 6 at the half, they come back. And it seemed like within minutes, went on a 12-0 run, were able to get the win. You have to have that level of resilience if you were going to be successful in this conference. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons that Stony Brook is a team to watch. And before we stop talking about the Seawolves, I have to give a big shout out, a big congratulations to Ashley Langford, because in that Iona game, she got her 50th career win.
Awesome.
Fastest to 50 in program history, 50 wins in 70 games. Congratulations, coach.
Wow. Huge congratulations from all of us here at the CAA. Seriously, tip your hat. Congrats, Coach Langford. They're going to be so exciting to watch all throughout this season. Another team, the CAA's preseason favorite, Towson, also represents the conference in the College Insider Mid-Major Top 25. They've cracked a ranking in every poll this season. If you watch any CAA basketball at all, Monika, you know the name Kylie Cornegay Lucas, but the support staff around her is just tremendous. So, Monika, what have you witnessed out of the Tigers this year?
They've been really good, 7-3 in non-conference play. I know they're coming off of that tough loss to George Mason. I think the biggest lesson that they learned there, they have to protect the basketball. They had too many turnovers. They're going to learn that lesson. They're going to grow from that lesson. But they have been outstanding. And Kylie Cornegay Lucas has done exactly what we expected her to do. She almost, by the way, had a triple-double against George Mason. She fills every statistical category. She does everything well, and that's what makes her so special. But to have the level that Towson has experienced in terms of success, you have to have a lot of other players too. And one of the players I had my eyes on in this non-conference schedule was Patricia Enumba. I
Yes.
really was looking to see her elevate her game, and she has delivered. Last year, she averaged 9.3 points per game, which was outstanding, but she's elevated that to 13.3 points per game. She's been doing a great job providing that additional high quality scoring option. And she's just going to get better and better as the season continues to go. And we've talked about those players coming off the bench who can really add that little bit of extra. We liked India Johnston last year. Really like what we're seeing out of the youngster, the young sophomore. She is 12 of 25 from behind the 3-point line. That is almost 50%.
Nice.
Pretty darn good in terms of shooting accuracy. And she's going to get better and better as well. Towson has so many players that can knock down those big shots. They had 10 made 3-pointers against George Mason. You think about Elena Sindar. You think about all the options that they have. They're hard to defend because they can score in lots of different ways, and they're going to be tough to beat.
And Monika, you and I saw this firsthand. This is a team that knows what it takes to get to the championship final game. So it'll be super interesting to see how Towson kind of carries that chip on their shoulder heading into CAA conference play for sure. Okay, let's talk high tempo offense. The Charleston Cougars, they lead the league in scoring offense. On December 26th, Charleston's Alexis Andrews earned USBWA National Player of the Week accolade. She's a scoring threat from anywhere on the floor, but her success, like all of these teams, has a lot to do with the players around her. What's your analysis on Charleston, Monika?
Well, first of all, they've finished non-conference very strong, wins over South Carolina State, wins over Radford. Really impressed with what we've seen from them, but you said it. Alexis Andrews, oh my goodness, 32 points against South Carolina State. Really knocking down the big shots, 9 made 3-pointers. That's second in program history in a single game for Alexis Andrews. She really is so difficult to defend because she can knock down those big time shots. Really excited to see what we continue to see from her. But I think, like everyone in the CAA, I have been so happy to see Jenna Anacarico back out on the floor doing what she does so well. She is such a scoring threat, averaging 15.9 points per game. But what I love even more about what she does is how she facilitates and makes every single player around her better. She broke her own program record against South Carolina State, 14 assists in one game. She is 5th in the country in Division I women's college basketball in assists per game with 7.5. Love what we are seeing out of her. She's so unselfish. She is so smart, and she is so special. You know how much I love to highlight the freshmen, the rookies who really come into the AA and make their names known very quickly. Taryn Barbeau is a name that you absolutely have to know because she has come into the CAA and really made her presence known. She has been phenomenal in non-conference play. She's not had one 20-point performance. She's not had two 20-point performances. She's had 3 already in her very young career. And so she's just another one who I am so excited about. And since we talked about Ashley Langford, we have to talk about Robin Harmony. Congratulations, coach. 300 career wins and counting. Got that accolade during the Coastal Carolina game. Congratulations, Coach Harmony.
Yeah, congratulations, coach. I hope you're watching this because we love you, we support you, and love to see what Charleston's doing down south. All right, Monika, let's look ahead to the schedule. 7 CA games kickstart the conference late on Friday, January 5th, followed by 7 more on Sunday. What games stand out to you, Monika?
It's impossible to pick. This is like picking amongst your children. There's so many good ones to watch, but we've already talked about Charleston. I've told you how much I love this team, and they have got a big one. They have a date on Friday at North Carolina A&T. And if you watched our CAA media show, you know how much I love the Aggies. I think that team is going to be one that is going to make a ton of waves in conference play, just like they did last year. They have a player that I love to watch, Malia Bracombe. Was so excited to see her score her 1,000th career point. So well deserved. But if you follow the Aggies, you know that she is not just an offensive player. She really plays lockdown, tough defense. She's a big one for North Carolina A&T, and they really tested themselves during non-conference play. They had that big win over Wake Forest, which is a huge one for them. They played Louisville. They are ready to go with conference play starting, and so that's when you're going to want to watch on Friday. And then the other big team that I have my eyes on going into the first week is the Campbell Camels. They
Mm.
are our newcomers. They are a phenomenal team, but wow, do they have a tough week ahead of them. Because not only are they going to play Stony Brook, which is 10-1, as we've talked about, but they are going to play Jenny Bogus's defending CAA tournament champions, the Monmouth Hawks. But Campbell certainly up to the test. They have been impressive in non-conference play. They have a player, Christabel Izuma. Wow, she is one of the most efficient players in the country when it comes to her offensive opportunities among active Division I players. She's around 13th, about 60.6% in terms of her offensive efficiency. She almost averages a double-double per game. She's one to watch, and I can't wait to see her as we kick off conference play.
All of these games can be seen on Flow Hoops. We'll be watching. Monika, so great to be back with you. And hey, I'll see you next week. Off we go.